Suspended DCP Abba Kayri'S policemen tricked me, failed to arrest suspected fraudsters, Nigerian businessman laments. Edopa, who owns BDG Real Estate Company, fully operational in the United Arab Emirates (UAE), said in 2017 that he was in need of money to complete an ongoing project in Dubai. Omojaide Edopa, a Nigerian businessman, has narrated how policemen attached to the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team (IRT) under the then Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kayari connived with fraudsters to swindle him of the sum of 50 million. Edopa, who owns BDG Real Estate Company, fully operational in the United Arab Emirates (UAE), said in 2017 that he was in need of money to complete an ongoing project in Dubai. Abba Kayari, he said he had reached out to Hilton Enro, a real estate agent in Nigeria, to discuss possible sales of his house in the Lagos state to raise money for his project in Dubai. He added that, unknown to him, Inaru and others had a dubious motive of taking over his property. In his account, sent to Sahara reporters, Edopa said, "I am from Ewu Esan Central in Edo State. I own a real estate company by name BDG Real Estate, which was duly registered with operational office in Business Bay, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I had an ongoing project which I needed to complete in Dubai in 2017. Flip over money, and at some point I needed extra cash." In October 2017, I approached Hilton Naru, whom I knew as a real estate agent and freelancer in Lagos, to discuss the possible sales of my house in Lagos to raise funds. Hilton Enro introduced me to his friend and partner Joshua Maduka, who was also into the business of car sales with him at CMD Complex, CMD Road, beside DSS Shankisha Magodo. They were all friends living together. Hilton Enro and Joshua Maduka had a meeting and said they would rather give me a loan of 5 million to support my real estate business, but they gave me a condition that I would pay back 3 million interest within 3 months, which is 8 million. I would also use my house documents as collateral, 2 units of 2-bedroom flats in Ayo, Abekoya Close, Sangisha, Magodo, worth over 40 million. Even though the reasons weren't clear, I trusted him, so I agreed because I could get funds within the same time from my business and pay back. I came back to Nigeria for that purpose. They came up with an agreement drafted by Maduka's lawyer. On 14th November 2017, barely 2 weeks after the agreement was signed, Hilton Enro, Joshua Maduka and Mr. Johnson came to me with a proposal to buy the house, which was used as a collateral. At first, I was not comfortable with the idea, but Hilton Enro and Joshua convinced me that Joshua could pay for the property using initial 8 million loan and interest as part payment. Hilton Enro and Mr. Johnson insisted that Joshua must buy for 28 million. Hilton Enro insisted I sign an authorization for him to sell at 28 million. Joshua brought an agreement that he would pay 10 million and make a balance payment of 10 million on January 1st, 2018. I was already back to Dubai, and since I needed more money, I obliged. To my greatest surprise, Joshua paid the money to Hilton, his friend's bank account. I was taken aback when Hilton Enro said he had the authority to sell my house as my agent. Hilton Enro sent me 7 million as against what was agreed. These three friends acted as a buyer, an agent, and a witness against me on my house, not knowing they deceived me and put my house up for another buyer, claiming they have the right to sell while I was in Dubai. Edopa said amidst his ordeal, IRT officials asked him to pay 450,000 to secure the arrest of Hilton and Maduka. He, however, said the officials failed to arrest Hilton and Maduka. He made true his threat in October 2019. Joshua Maduka came to my house with some violent IRC police officer from Abba Kayri'S office. They beat and harassed my wife, then took us away. I was first taken to Ibadan and then to IRT office called Abattoir in Abuja. I was dehumanized, to say the least, and made to sign all sorts of agreements that I would pay back 5.5 million under duress. I was released on bail and paid the balance of 2.5 which I owed Joshua as balance for his total initial deposit of 15 million as received by me. I wrote a petition that was signed and approved by the IRT and Lagos Panti office for Hilton Enro to be arrested. I never knew it was a plan to get more money from me that I never had, having formed alliance with Hilton Enro and Joshua Maduka. Since then, the IPO refused to answer or return my call. I have been traumatized as this whole event had taken a toll on my marriage. My home is broken as my wife has left me. I had to relocate to my village in Edo State to go into farming. Only last week, 10th of September 2021, 1 year and 6 months after I paid 450,000 to them, I got information from their relative who signed surety for me by name Pastor Godstime Edopa that the same IRC officer whom I paid money to for them to arrest and prosecute the fraudsters who made me lose everything, connived with them and now wants to get me arrested again by Ethan Enro and Joshua Maduka. I do not know what they want from me anymore, as I have decided to get justice or seek redress on the matter all over again, as I don't know what they are capable of doing this time. I have been traumatized, depressed, and now I live in fear every day and do not feel safe going to my small farm in the village. I have lost all I had and ever worked for in the past 14 years, my house, money, marriage, and business worth over 200 million. Ha. Just imagine a millionaire now going back to his small village to go and start farming. Nobody will go through this and would not be, would not be frustrated, would not be traumatized. Because this is a very, very serious matter. And he going to the police to complain, hoping to get justice, but what? They keep getting money from him. This is really, really unfair. But some people in Nigeria, no, 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 no. People are very, very wicked. They are very wicked, very dubious. Like, how would you dupe your own fellow Nigerian? This is really, really sad. Please, just keep your comments rolling in. What's your opinion? What's your take on this? Kindly like, subscribe.